Hey there, Assalamualaikum. This is Ashwin with another video. Today, you said we'll come up with another one. Can I guess us with today's topic? Actually, before going to my topic, I must say that welcome to my channel, TJ Tofa. So you can say that today I'm gonna talk about the alphabets in English language. So, what's the English language? Yeah, it's a language, it's an international language, but here's a really very big problem to pronounce the alphabets of English language. So today I have come up with another video for solving this problem. So okay, let me talk about. So here is mainly letters are many alphabets in English. So today, as I've come up with another video to talk about this, so that's why I'm just telling you that here is mainly alphabet. So how we pronounce and what's the correct pronunciation. So today I'm gonna talk about this. So A. It's a correct pronunciation, but we always pronounce it as the A. So it's not the correct pronunciation. So we need to pronounce it as the A. So here is another is the B, but almost everybody pronounce it as the B. So it will be the B. Here you need to take a long deep brain to pronounce it actually. So here's another is the C. Almost everybody pronounce it as the C. It's not the correct pronunciation. It could be and it should be the C. And here's another is a D. It is almost everybody pronounce it as a D. No, it's not the correct pronunciation. We need to pronounce it as a D. So there is another is the A. Almost everybody pronounce it as the E. No, it should be the A. The E, actually not the A, I was just pronouncing actually like so. It should be the A. So here is another was pronunciation is the F, but we make a mistake to pronounce it like we pronounce it as the F. No, it should be the F. So here's another what should be the G, but almost everybody pronounce it the G. It will be the G. So here's another was correct pronunciation is the H, but we always almost every time we pronounce it as the H, but it will be the H. Here's another problematic letter like the I, but we almost everybody pronounce it as the I, but it will be the I. Here is another was correct pronunciation is a J, but almost everybody pronounce it as a J. No, it should be the J. So okay, here is another it's also a main and most big problem in our pronunciation. It should be the K, but almost everybody pronounce it as a K. So it is the wrong and is the worst pronunciation of what I think so. It should be the K. So there is another is L. So here almost everybody pronounce it the wrong like the L. It should be the L. And another is the M, but almost everybody pronounce it as the M. It should be the M. Here is another was correct pronunciation is the M, but almost everybody pronounce as N. It should be pronounced as the N. Here's another was correct pronunciation is the O, but we pronounce it as the O. So it's the wrong pronunciation, I must say that. So we need to pronounce it as the O. So here's another and most problematic letter or alphabet. We need to pronounce it as a P, but we pronounce it as a P. So here's another where the correct pronunciation is the Q. So almost everybody pronounce it as a Q. So it's not the correct pronunciation. We need to pronounce it as the Q. So here's another and was also a big problem in English language. So we need to pronounce it as the R, but almost everybody pronounce as the R here we shouldn't include the r sound. We need to pronounce it as the r. So here is another was name was actually not name, was pronunciation is the s, but almost everybody pronounce it as the s. But why it needs to be pronounced as the s? And here in some pronunciation, we almost everybody pronounce it as the ish. No, it's not the correct pronunciation. Here is another word, also the big problem in English, like the t or the t sound, but we pronounce it as a t. But why? It's a big problem, you know. So here is another word, also important pronunciation, but almost everybody make it as the wrong pronunciation. So its correct pronunciation is the u, but almost everybody pronounce it as the u, but it should be the u. So here's another, and it was correct pronunciation is the v, but almost everybody pronounce it as the v. So it's the wrong pronunciation, so we need to pronounce it as a v. There is another wrong alphabet, or actually not a wrong alphabet, everybody pronounce it as the wrong by the wrong way, so we need to pronounce it as the w, but we almost everybody pronounce it as the w. No, it should be the w. So here is another, was the correct pronunciation is the x, but the wrong pronunciation is the x. We need to pronounce it by the right way to pronounce it, like that, the x. Here is another, but almost everybody make the correct, because here is no wrong way. So here we always pronounce it as the y. So y. So here is another, is the z or z. So in American pronunciation, we pronounce it as the Z, but if we want to pronounce it as the British English, we need to pronounce it as a Z. So we don't need to pronounce it as the Z or anything else. We need to pronounce it as the Z or Z. Z. So I would like everybody to repeat after me, and I'm gonna I'm gonna tell it again. So okay, let me start from this first alphabet, like the A. The second one is the B, and the third one is the C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Okay, we need to be more careful about the cut sound. Okay, and here is the L, M, N, and here is also we need to be more careful about the O, and also we need to be more careful about the P sound, or the P alphabet. And then here is the Q, and also we need to be more careful about the R. So here is another, whose pronunciation is the S, and another is a T, another is a U, the V, the W, the X, the Y, the Z or Z, So we need to be more careful about some problematic alphabets to pronounce, like the K, the T, the O, the I, the R, the P, the Q, and also the U, and also the W, and also the X. And also we need to be more careful about the Z or Z. So we need to be more careful when we're gonna pronounce alphabets in English language. So we need to be more careful, and you need to practice it if you wanna be a fluent speaker in English. So who don't wanna be a fluent speaker in English? We need to be more careful whenever we have gonna pronounce the alphabets in English. So we need to be more careful. So I must say that that's all of my today's presentation about the problematic alphabets to pronounce or the alphabets in English language. So I must say that that's all. Tara, bye bye, and I'm off. And tara, bye bye, and I'm off. Tara.